Welcome back. Before the break, we heard from the Democratic candidate for Iowa's 1st Congressional District, Christina Bohannon. Now our conversation with the Republican incumbent, Marianette Miller-Meeks. It's part of our Your Voice, Your Vote coverage here on News 8 at 6:30. Let's say you get reelected. When you walk back into Congress, for the second time, with new priorities perhaps, what are the top 3 issues on your mind?
Well, I think the top 3 issues are the issues that are concerning to most people. So that's inflation, crime, and the border. We need to do something about inflation to lower gas prices, lower food prices, and we can do that by a resurgence of energy independence, opening up auctions for leases, permitting. And then in Iowa, we have a great story with renewables, and we can do both renewable and fossil fuels, but we need to get prices down. And then working on both border and crime. People have seen, untold numbers of people coming across our southern border, but more importantly, you have people on the terror watch list, and you have fentanyl and synthetic fentanyl. And you all have done reports on the synthetic fentanyl that looks like Halloween candy. And last year, a record number, 107,000 deaths from overdoses. And in our young population, 18 to 45 years of age. So that is a tremendous issue. And then we have seen crime skyrocket through soft on crime policies, be it cashless bail, be it defund the police. We've had several law enforcement roundtables. I've met with our sheriffs and our police. In our state, we did both police reform, and we've also had Back the Blue. And I think we need to be able to encourage our police, hold them accountable, but we also need to support them in the job that they do every single day protecting us.
I want to move on to the economy and specifically trade, which you have listed as one of your top priorities. What specific policies would you be willing to fight for to help both large and small businesses in Iowa's 1st District when it comes to trade?
Well, both for our manufacturing economy and our agricultural economy, trade is extremely important. So whether those are trade practices that are free trade practices and fair trade that don't penalize the United States, don't have currency manipulation, don't have goods and services that are shipped overseas and then they're left there in a port, then they're tainted and they're refused and declined. We've seen those types of unfair trade practices go on. But we know that we need trade both with Europe, but we need trade in Asia as well.
Do you have any specific trade policies in mind?
Looking at the TTP, other trade policies. We know that Iowa's worked very diligently to get trade with South Korea and also trade in the Asian countries, and we continue to work on that.
I want to go to healthcare and something that you briefly touched on at the beginning, but you've talked a lot about bringing down the high costs of healthcare, and you talked a lot about how healthcare is unaffordable for a lot of Iowans. What specific policies would you have in mind that Congress could do to help bring down some of those costs?
I've submitted bills. A bill for biosimilars. These are medications that are chemically equivalent to another medication. Top of mind is insulin, and that's what drove this particular policy. So you can have generic insulin, but just through a quirk in how our code system is, it's not dispensed. So altering that will allow generic insulin. There also is innovation, artificial intelligence, wearable devices, technology that can help us, number one, to have behavioral changes, to have healthier lifestyles. Number 2, that can detect and pick up diseases earlier, so they're treated at an earlier stage. And then continue what we're doing with rare and orphan drugs to treat chronic diseases. Also using artificial intelligence within our Medicare and Medicaid programs that help detect fraud. Those are all things that can help to save money, can increase affordability, and increase access to health care.
Now again, both candidates' answers were edited down for time. To view a more in-depth version of these interviews, you can tune into GMQC this Sunday morning at 8 a.m. right here on Channel 8. And to watch both interviews in their entirety, you can head over to our website or to our WQAD YouTube channel.